Now, the latest and greatest from the religion of bootleg peace. In France, France so afraid of being accused of Islamophobia, it refuses to name the ideology that motivates these attacks. France and everywhere else in Europe that keep bringing these people in, half these people are not here in a refugee status. They're fine, right? Under the Sharia law, giving hard times to minorities, the lands that they stole. But let's take a look about this article. Karine Al-Zapadi is right. The West is so afraid of charges of racism and Islamophobia that it is neither comprehending nor mounting any effective resistance to the global jihad. Yet she is also wrong and is engaging in exactly the same denial and willful ignorance that she is criticizing. Her careful language in this piece makes it abundantly clear that she would explain, if asked, that the ideology of Islamism and Islamist terrorism was something quite different from the benign and cuddly religion of Islam itself. But if you asked her to provide specific about the difference between the two, neither she nor anyone else who speaks about Islamism would be able to do so convincingly. So this is an article about this man that was murdered from, I believe, in 2015. Islamism killed my partner. Why won't the West fight it? By Karine Al-Zapadi, the Free Press. The same people that's afraid to call them out. I don't know. Why are you guys afraid of taking back your own country? You think they will do the same? Do I have to just keep talking about this? Are you guys going to start paying attention to many more ex-Muslims? You know, you can't risk things like this. Some of us are fortunate. They were born here, came here young, open-minded. We're able to leave out of it. I think what the world needs to do is pressure these governments in these Islamist countries that's doing this. They don't want to abide by the laws of human rights, and they want to use their excuse that's their religion. That's why some things you just can't allow them to get away with it, using these type of religious means to get what they want. But let's read on. On the evening of November 13, 2015, I recorded a video of my partner, Guilherme, laughing and dancing around the living room with our two daughters, aged 4 and 7. Just a few minutes later, he left our apartment in Eastern Paris to go to Bataclan Concert Hall. A rock critic who wrote under the name Guillaume B. Decerf or Decerf. Hopefully I didn't butcher that last name. He loved nothing more than good music and was excited about seeing Eagles of Death Metal that night. In his review for Les Irrecuperables, he had praised the band's latest album. The sole aim, he wrote, was to give pleasure before signing off with a flourish. Plaisir partagé, a pleasure shared. Shortly before noon the next day, a journalist friend of mine called from the morgue with the terrible news I've been waiting for. Guillaume, 43, was one of the 130 people murdered by Islamists in a series of coordinated attacks that day. After Guillaume's death, I needed to know exactly why he was taken from us, so I dedicated my journalism career to trying to understand the ideology of the people who killed him. Between 2015 and 2017, I covered attacks after attack. A Catholic church in Normandy, a supermarket in Trebes, a Bastille Day celebration in Nice. I was still grieving when in September 2021, I started reporting on the trial of the 20 men accused of orchestrating the Bataclan attacks. The biggest trial in French history. It lasted 10 months and heard from over 2,500 plaintiffs. For some reason, I assumed the court would examine how the ideology of Islamism had contributed to the deaths of so many innocent people. But day after day, as expert after expert took the stand, the important factor almost never came up. I couldn't stay silent. A couple of months into the trial, I wrote a column Ideology has an essential place in the terrorist trial. I argue because terrorism is the choice to use violence in pursuit of a political cause. In case of Islamism, I explained that the terrorists believe Islamic law should be govern all public life, including in France. I said they directly oppose our country's constitutional secularism. The column resulted in an intervention to intensify the French parliament. Let's see, I don't want to go through all of this. I gave the facts. Over the last 40 years, Islamist terrorism has caused the death of 210,000 people, and France is the European country most often targeted. We have experienced 82 attacks since 79, and yet I said our country is so afraid of being accused of xenophobia or Islamophobia. This is why you got to stop that BS. Do you see any other religion group say something like that? If you're talking against Hindus or Buddhists, oh, you're a Hindu phobe, Buddhist phobe. You know why Muslims use that? This is why you need to pay attention. Their mindset is that I'm right and you're wrong. Their mindset is no one can talk against them. They're so brainwashed to think that that religion is superior to all, that they will do by any means to force to convert. This religion is nothing but a demonic, cultish ideology. Nothing in the Quran or Hadith it gives anything to bring peace. Nothing it says that brings any prophetic message. But a man that stole different religious ideas from surrounding neighboring countries in the Arabia at that time to make it his own. How many times do you have to be reminded? I just don't understand. It's like you guys, some of these leftists are like a bunch of little kids. Everything is about being nice, being nice. Niceness is how they take advantage to get what they want. Sometimes like a child, got to tell them no at times. And if they whine and cry, let them cry. Eventually they get over it. You know, as I mentioned before, you see countries like China that take a stance and understand the problem with these Islamists handling the things what some of the Uyghurs been doing. I've heard some stories that there's some Uyghur terrorist attack, I think, not terrorist attack, but extremists from the past. But that's something I will have to look into more in depth. But still, other cultures understand what these people will do. Japan also won't allow things like that to destroy their culture. I know you see a lot of articles about, oh, Japan, fastest growing Muslim religion. Trust me, I lived in that country for 6 years. There's nowhere near of Japanese people coming into Islam over there. How long are we going to keep doing this? How long we got to keep catering to these people? You're already seeing what they're doing. There's already riots happening because I think Le Pen, I hope I said her name right, for the Conservative Party. They think they would have burned the city down. What are your threat if she wins? Oh, what are you afraid of? Because you can't get what you want now? Just like in the Middle East or any Muslim controlled country, you really think, let's just say if you were on the other side looking for asylum, you honestly think the Muslims will treat you right over there? No. They might, for a little bit, they might try to pressure you to convert, do certain things, and or for you to be taken care of. It's a thuggish religion that demands whatever they want and want to get away with it. And their mindset, they think they can treat non-Muslims whatever the hell they want. And they demand equal rights. Better practice what you preach. No matter how much you want to convince yourself that there's a problem in the Bible or you're coming against any other ideology, take a good look of yourself. Take a good look. Many of you future Muslims, like our ancestors, came through these Qurayshi tribes that start slaughtering across the land, probably raped my great-great-great-great-grandmother, raped your great-great-great-great-grandmother, took them as dhimmis, treat women like trash. So don't give me this BS that women are treated right. I know your go-to passages, Muslims, especially you Muslims, trying to defend it, but you better look at the overall picture, how Muhammad really feel about your women. And I'm pretty sure all of you seen some abusiveness within your family circle. So don't come with this BS that Islam is all about peace and love. If you're that sure, why not try out living in a Sharia law country for a year, and let's just see how much you really enjoy it. So France and every other countries, Britain, I don't know what to say, but in moments like this is a national security issue. And there is a time and place when to defend righteously, to defend your wives, sisters, neighbors from this demonic cult. Don't let history repeat itself. Remember why the Crusades happened. And some of these idiot far lefties want to say, oh, these Christian right wings or whatever the hell that CNN been saying lately, but they don't want to call out any other group. Oh yeah, we're dangerous people. Yeah, Crusades took place because of what Islam was doing, fighting offensively, because that religion is about offense, not defense. So stand by as I bring out more articles of this embarrassing religion. We need to bring the balance. While they're so crying about Palestine, you need to see the overall picture of the problem with Islam. Palestine's not an issue. It's just a front. Because trust me, these people will persecute their own people that leaves Islam or question against Islam while they're still Muslims. There's no peace at all. Like, share, subscribe, follow me on YouTube, TikTok. Keep standing up. Keep standing up for the truth. Keep educating yourself. Keep growing and learning. You know, wisdom comes through those that always seek the truth. Degree is only good for what is meant for the jobs, but remember, we educate ourselves daily, every day of our lives. I'll talk to you guys soon. Stand by for more articles coming out your way. God bless.